Hello, friend. I hope you are fine and doing well. You are most welcome to this very important seminar on the topic personal hygiene and inclusion in the workplace. I remain your facilitator, Dr. Marco Achukwujide. And so, what is inclusion at workplace? You see, an inclusive workplace welcomes and supports people with all kinds of differences as a way of ensuring equal opportunity for everybody. So the goal is to make employees feel comfortable asking for what they need to deliver at the workplace. An inclusive workplace actually understand that people have different ways of processing information, different ways of reacting to issues, different ways of associating with one another, different ways of achieving their goal. And so an inclusive workplace makes provision to accommodate people with their differences. Inclusion is when someone feels welcomed, someone feels respected, someone feels valued as an individual. And so, an inclusive workplace is one where employees feel valued. They feel they are involved and they're actually involved in the process. They are respected for their viewpoints. They are respected for their ideas, for their perspective to issues. You don't shut them up. You allow everybody as much as possible to express him or herself. All right? They are respected for their experience they bring on board. It is a common place, a common part of an organizational goal that an organization that is progress minded tries to ensure inclusiveness at workplace. Even though this is a major goal of the organization, it is also a personal experience. It's something someone has to be personally involved in handling. And as a result, there are few factors that can militate against inclusion in the workplace. One of them is our key interest in the seminar, and that is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene can seriously affect inclusion in workplace. A typical example is these pictures you are seeing here. This young man may not be very comfortable telling his friends that he has a mouth odor. Or the lady may not be very willing to tell this man that he has a body odor. And so it affects inclusion. And that is why we want to talk about it. Personal hygiene. What is it? Basically, it has to do with maintaining cleanliness of one's body and clothing. It involves keeping all parts of our body, external body, keeping them clean and keeping them healthy as much as within our resources are reach. So why do we talk about personal hygiene at workplace? Since after all, it's a personal thing. Yes, though it's a personal thing, the truth is that for maintaining, we discuss it to ensure that we maintain physical fitness, physical health. We maintain mental health. Because when you are physically fit and mentally healthy, you can contribute meaningfully at workplace. We also discuss it to ensure that the body does not provide an environment for growing germs. Of course, this can be very infectious. Somebody contacting a particular disease at workplace can affect all other people and it will bring down productivity. So people always, try to avoid people, individuals, colleagues who have poor personal hygiene. This can result to a kind of isolation. Someone is being included in your team to work, but because of poor personal hygiene, you are not so willing to give the person a good hand of fellowship. It can lead to exclusion and it affects teamwork. Another reason why we discuss it in this seminar is the fact that it's always a very difficult thing to intervene. It's always very difficult to tell people that they have body odor, that they have mouth odor, that their hair is smelling, that their clothes are not clean. It's something difficult, where the only person who can do it is someone who has always admired an individual. And that is why I encourage you at workplace, when people have done something very well, commend them, appreciate them, admire them. So when they are getting it wrong, you are also qualified to say, look, guy, you are not getting it right here. And the person will know you are doing it in good faith. But if you never commend people for their good job, and the only thing you try to find out is where they are not getting it right, you become a typical case of fault finder. And that has a way of killing motivation. All right? So we discuss about it because it's all about self-care. You care for yourself. And it's a way of respecting yourself. And of course, respecting those who are working with you. If you take good care of yourself in terms of personal hygiene, it's actually a way of respecting yourself and respecting those who are around you. So let's look at key points, key starting points in terms of personal hygiene. The first we want to consider is the issue of dental hygiene. This involves more than just having white teeth. You could have white teeth, but your mouth is smelling. And so a good dental hygiene can help to prevent germ, diseases growing around your cavity, around the mouth. And it also helps to make sure that you don't have bad mouth breath or mouth odor. When you do, people may not find it easy telling you, I bet you. I don't want to cite example, but maybe you've got some experience. Somebody comes to talk to you and you perceive this terrible bad odor, mouth odor. You shift your face away from the individual. You just want to get the point and get that person away from you immediately. It is not the best at workplace, and they may not be so courageous to point it out to you. Another case is the case of body, personal hygiene in terms of the body. When bacteria break down sweat, the process usually creates smell, or what we call body odor. So washing the body daily will help to prevent the bacteria that cause body odor. A special attention should be given to the areas that accumulate sweat a lot. The armpits, in between the toes, and those areas we consider very, very private, that are often properly covered. If we don't wash them properly, you wouldn't know. Even as a person, sometimes you may not know you've got a body odor. People around you may find it difficult telling you. And so it becomes important you wash yourself as much as possible regularly. And then using odorants can also be helpful. But the habit of using perfume to suppress body odor is not actually ideal. Try to take care of the cause of the body odor. And then if you apply perfume or odorant, you'll be a better person anywhere you go. The other aspect is the issue of proper and regular hand washing. One of the best ways to prevent spreading communicable diseases is to make sure you wash your hand properly and regularly. All right? It is recommended that you wash at different points, especially before, during, and after preparing food, or before eating your food. It's also recommended that you wash after using the restroom. Okay? Now, it's also recommended that you wash your hands after blowing your nose or coughing, especially into your palms, or sneezing. It's recommended you wash, because those bacteria you sneeze out are trapped in your hands, and you don't wash it. You use that hand to shake the next person. You use that hand to touch the surfaces in the office, and somebody comes and places his hand there and pick them up. Okay? You also wash when you have touched garbage or dirty surface or objects. That makes sure that you don't become a vendor of communicable diseases. Another key area a lot of people neglect is the issue of the nails. Okay? Fingernails may harbor dirt and germs, contributing to spreading body, bacteria. So ignoring nail hygiene could lead to different kinds of diseases. Some of them, fungi infection, can result as a result of such negligence. So it's important you pay special attention to your nails. All right. Another key area. Oh, don't ask me why I used lady's picture here. Of course, it is ideal most young men, especially in Africa, trim down their hair. Even though nowadays that trend seems to be changing, and that is why it has become an issue of key interest. Hair care is very, very important. Hair is another area that collects oil, sweat, and dead skin cells. For those of you who don't know, the hair that grows out there are actually dead cells. Okay? So it can be a breeding ground for bacteria if not washed regularly. In any case, the frequency of hair washing can differ from person to person, depending on the hairstyle, depending on the personal preferences. But the key thing is to make sure that it is kept clean. Please keep your hair clean. Not when somebody wants to talk to you, the person gets close to you. There is this odor oozing out from your hair. It will affect teamwork. It will affect collaboration. And the person may not be courageous to say, what is there? All right? Another key thing is ear hygiene. The ear canal can be home to earwax. And this can be cleaned as much as possible with cotton sticks. But when you do it, you be careful so that you don't injure yourself trying to clean your ear. But if you don't do it, earwax can accumulate there and become something that is not something you want to be proud of. Okay? And it can affect your hearing. Communication can be affected. All right. Another one that, for a lot of people, this may look very, very obvious or sound very obvious to some people. But the truth is that wearing clean clothes is important aspect of good personal hygiene. Dirty clothes, especially innerwears, can harbor bacteria. This could lead to skin infections. This could lead to body odor and so many other things. And then when this body odor is coming because of your clothes, people may also, the friends around you may not also be so quick to tell you. You understand? So please, as much as possible, make sure you clean your clothes, especially your inner wears. yeah, you clean them. Okay? Frequent washing with detergents is always recommended to make sure that your clothes is clean and is not smelling. And when you spray it after washing or you dry it, make sure it's properly dried. If it is not properly dried, the moisture left on it and you pack it together can generate odor, and that can make you as a person begin to smell, and that will not be good for your team. So what we are trying to say is that we can all adapt hygiene routines depending on our lifestyle and environment. Okay? Everybody's lifestyle and environments are not the same. So personal hygiene routine should be tailored down accordingly. For instance, if someone is involved in rigorous physical activity at workplace, okay, or living at a hot climate region, the person may need to shower more often, all right, because the chances of sweating is more. So you try to shower to make sure you keep your body clean. Final thoughts here. The truth is that the advantages of inclusion in the workplace are enormous. There are plenty. All right, it includes the fact that you are able to attract pool of talents from different backgrounds. All right, you are able to create a positive culture at workplace. You are able to create an environment with mutual respect. Everybody is respecting one another, and this kind of thing can enhance productivity, enhance innovation at workplace. Okay, but lack of good personal hygiene can break down this process. And that is why we are discussing this matter here. Personal hygiene has different dimensions, and it is critical in our lives as individuals and co-workers. So it has become a very powerful, it has a very powerful effect on our physical and mental well-being if we don't take care of our personal health. And if we don't, it can also affect our social lifestyle and even our professional engagement, especially at workplace. But if we do take care of ourselves, personal hygiene, which actually involves taking care of yourself from the outside in, all right, if we do, it will help you to nurture healthier and more confident person who you are. All right, it will enhance your self-confidence when you have taken good care of your personal hygiene. And in that way, you will be showing great love and respect to your body and to the people around you. All right, so I want to encourage you that next time you want to step out of the house to the workplace, ask yourself, my mouth, is it clean enough? My hair, clean enough? Am I smelling? Take time to examine yourself before you step out, because it has a way of affecting where you work, and people may not be willing, like I keep saying, to tell you the problem you have. And that is why we have brought this seminar to you. Thank you very much for taking time to join in this seminar. I do hope you will share with colleagues at workplace, because if you share it, they will get this message and spare yourself of the headache of trying to communicate to them that there is body odor somewhere here. All right, so share this with colleagues at workplace and they will appreciate you for doing that. Thank you very much, and do subscribe to my channel. God bless you. Cheers.